Hello, I'm Davia Chambers, and this is our Carnival edition of Let's Talk Tobago. Today we're at Charlotteville, a fishing village on the most easterly end of the island. This community borders the sea and offers a view of quaint cafes, humble apartments, and a host of historical sites. It's said that Charlotteville began with the arrival of the Dutch settlers in 1639. This village is referred to as Tobago's best-kept secret because it's also hidden behind mountains and a lush rainforest. One option of getting here involves a journey up the winding but scenic Windward Road, but it's worth it. It allows you to see the postcard views and the waves rolling over the shore. Right now, I'm standing at Flagstaff Hill overlooking St. Giles Islands, and as the show continues, you'll see more of Charlotteville, but not before we tell you what's happening in our stories this week. All you need to know about the traffic changes on Carnival Monday and Tuesday. We'll give you some tips to keep you going on the road, and if you're not playing mass and just not into Carnival, some suggestions about what you can do.
Watch your back.
Blood alcohol concentration.
Get the facts. There is no excuse for drinking and driving.
I could handle my drink.
Alcohol can have an adverse effect on anyone's driving, creating a feeling of overconfidence. It makes judging distance and speed more difficult and slows your reaction, so it takes longer to stop.
I only going on the road?
A large proportion of drunk drive crashes occur within 3 miles of the start of the journey. Watch your back. Get the facts. A message from the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Program. Telephone number 639-1512 or 639-2763.
Welcome back to our Carnival edition of Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us today as we tour this island's most easterly village, Charlotteville. Right now we're on the shorefront of Manowar Bay at Suckhole Restaurant. This place takes its name from a natural phenomena that occurs in the sea and should make your to-do list if you're visiting. But before the advent of businesses like this, back in the day, cocoa was king. After the downturn in the sugar industry, it was sought after for revenue on most Caribbean islands. Here in Charlotteville, it was no different. We'll show you one of those cocoa houses, but first, your complete guide to Carnival in Tobago, starting with the traffic arrangements for Monday and Tuesday.
Bands like these will take over the streets of Scarborough, Crown Point and Roxborough. This means it can't be business as usual for motorists on these days. There will be some restrictions to ensure a safe and pleasant experience for everyone. If you're planning to come into Scarborough, this is what you need to know.
From 4 a.m. on Monday and Tuesday, traffic will be prohibited along Milford Road from Wilson Road to Orange Hill Road, Orange Hill Road from Milford Road to Crusoe Bypass, Wilson Road between Milford Road and Claude Noel Highway, Carrington Street, Custom Street, Dal Spring Road between Wilson Road and Garnside Street.
In Roxborough, vehicular traffic will be allowed to pass, but not park. From Sid Gray Stadium up to Prince Street on Carnival Monday.
You know we on the road again, so run go tell your friend, when we coming out is a real problem.
ASP George explains the restrictions in place for the Crown Point area on that same day.
Travelers are asked to use Stumpy Bypass onto Strawberry Local Road and exiting in the vicinity of the police station, because the Carnival celebration will be held between the Strawberry Local Road and the Green Shop.
But vehicles will be able to park in various car parks in the capital on the days of celebration.
Parking will be allowed to revelers and persons wishing to see Carnival at the Republic Bank car park and at Tambourine car park.
Meanwhile, the traveling public going to the western end of the island can locate their taxis on the southern shoulder of the Claude Noel Highway. Those going to the northern and eastern end of the island will park on the northern shoulder of the same highway. The traffic restrictions for Scarborough are in effect from Monday between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m., 12 noon and 6 p.m., and 8 p.m. to midnight. On Tuesday from as early as 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. These traffic restrictions are only in place for Carnival Monday and Tuesday. I'm Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's almost impossible to be in Charlotteville and not fall in love with the beauty of the place, especially the beaches. Many describe it as a piece of unspoiled paradise. and the sparkling waters and pieces of history are sure to hold you captive. Now, almost everything here contrasts with what will happen on the road on Monday and Tuesday. Let's face it, the unofficial anthem of the season is jump, wave, and misbehave. But even as you let loose, here's a reminder to be safe.
Carnival season in Trinidad and Tobago. This means fun and carefree become the new norms. Some take one for the road, and the end result is often fatal. So there's a project, the Carnival Safety Expo, to encourage fetters to make responsible choices.
Let them know that there are options that they have. Let them know that there are alternatives. And when it comes to substance abuse, it's always an option.
The team will be disseminating information across Tobago. They want to encourage personal responsibility starting now.
We're targeting the 3 areas where Carnival is normally held, the Juve activities, which are Cane and Bonaccord, we have in Roxborough, and we have in Scarborough. So we will have those caravans, and it's not just ADAP. It is the department, the other units in the department on board. We have a number of the agencies, security agencies in Tobago, meaning the police, we have the community policing unit, we have the CSP, the Department of Youth. Other agencies are coming on board because we all share the same interest. We want people to be safe during Carnival.
The plan is to provide information that's easily accessible and won't be a bother for revelers to take around on Monday and Tuesday.
So we have care packages, and those are just things, practical things that people could use to help in terms of securing their safety. One of the highlights of that will be a palm size, bank card size safety card, which would give you at your fingertip access numbers for every emergency unit you would need.
Carnival means farewell to the flesh, but come Ash Wednesday, the Division of Health and Social Services wants the Tobagonians to have no regrets. I'm Melissa Crosby for Let's Talk Tobago.
As we told you earlier, the cocoa industry was big in Charlotteville. Right behind me stands one of the few remaining relics from that period. Houses like this one were built to ensure the pudge dried properly. That's why they have sliding roofs. They're to protect the beans from the rain. Villagers and farmers would also dance the cocoa in the sun to remove the outer covering of the bean to shorten the drying period. Many say Charlotteville is home to the best drinking chocolate. And speaking of food, here's a reminder of what you should eat or drink so you won't fall sick while playing mas or juve.
Revelers ensuring they take in all that Carnival offers. But even as you play your mass, here are some tips to ensure you stay safe and healthy. Alcohol should not be taken on an empty stomach. The advice? Drink it in moderation, since too much can lead to dehydration, dizziness, and headaches. In fact, it's better that you drink more fluids free of sugar throughout the day.
Water helps to maintain our body temperature, it helps with our digestion, and it helps in terms of electrolytes and the water and fluids. It helps to maintain our nerves and functions, all right, and prevent things like muscle cramps.
Eating properly is another big part of the equation. This ensures you don't get sick. A balanced meal of starches, protein, fruits and vegetables is recommended so that you can keep up. Now for those who don't carry their own food and won't get from the band, pay attention to where and from whom you purchase. Buy from vendors with a current food badge. Ensure that foods are kept at their correct temperatures and are stored in a clean environment.
To prevent the incidence of having a foodborne illness, it's important to evaluate the vendor, look at that vendor, make sure they are wearing clean attire. You look at their nails, their hair, make sure their hair is covered with a net.
It's also advised that you carry hand sanitizers and baby wipes so that you remain germ-free and healthy long after the Carnival season. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're taking a break, but on the other side, some suggestions for those who don't plan to play mas but don't want to stay home.
A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. Teach children how to escape on their own in case you can't help them. Close doors behind you as you leave. If the smoke alarm sounds, get out and stay out. Never go back inside. If you have to escape through smoke, get low and go under the smoke to your way out. Call the fire service from outside your home. A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service.
Thank you for staying with us. You're viewing the Carnival edition of Let's Talk Tobago, coming to you from Charlotteville. Now picture this, the sun streaming through your window while the waves beat out a rhythmic tune on the shores. The birds harmonize the melodies of the ocean and you walk out onto the warm sand from your bedroom. What greets you? Turquoise waters, and that's the signal you are in Charlotteville. And more specifically, the place behind me, Manawa Bay Cottages. It's located exactly on the shoreline and tucked away in a tropical garden. It's also a short walk away from the heart of the village. But let's leave it here for now to tell you about a project designed to give Tobagonian musicians and performers much needed publicity.
This is one of Marshall Montano's popular songs for this carnival season. He's well established, but there are other soca artists and calypsonians who are not as popular. But in Tobago, several of them got their songs heard on Street Tent, a radio show that highlighted the talents of Tobagonians who are involved in different areas of Carnival. The show was on air from 7 to 10 in the mornings for about 9 days during the Carnival season, where calypsonians such as Leslie Ann Ellis got the chance to promote her song Twice a Child.
They were once strong and important to us. Their own children they cannot trust.
She says that the initiative will help build the career of little-known artists like herself.
These are good because today I heard the entertainers sent and nobody knows about the entertainers. You're hearing about the masters and the glow, and I think they did a really good job this morning. So they could be getting jobs from that. You could be marketed from the street tent.
The Division of Community Development and Culture collaborated with the 91.9 FM to put on the program.
So it's designed to bring showcase and to allow the opportunity and expression, like I said. So it's really about putting the business of the mass, the carnival, the steel pan, the culinary secrets on air, so that everyone who's anywhere can know exactly what we're having for Carnival 2015.
Over 50 artists participated in the show and were grateful for the chance to promote their talents. This exposure should be the springboard for greater things and hopefully get them more bookings in the future. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Behind me is the local health center, the police station, a library and a couple of churches. There aren't many government offices here, but if you want to really experience Charlotteville, you can join the villagers in a game of drafts or football. Now that's one way to get ingrained in Tobago's culture. Outside of Charlotteville, there's a push to ensure this island's carnival traditions are valued and understood.
The baby doll, sailors, Dame Lorraine. Now some of us might know the story behind these traditional carnival characters, but there's no telling that this knowledge will be passed on to our young people. That's why there's a carnival education program.
It's important because it's part of our legacy. It forms part of the wider mandate that sees us preserving and promoting our cultural traditions in a global space.
Children are an integral part of Carnival in Tobago, but the committee isn't leaving to chance their education about our island's traditions. They are ensuring the younger generation knows the history behind this festival and why it's important to keep it alive.
So you discover social skills and you promote group dynamism and you teach the awareness about the culture, because the people without a culture are people without a soul. And this falls right into the larger catchment of the bucket, where we actually have these same children playing mass on a larger scale on the streets of Scarborough. And the traditional mass is very much in focus.
And there's another benefit for the youth: exposure. Mr. Taylor says speech bands are requested for events throughout the year, long after Carnival is over. The idea that these art forms can survive long after the music truck goes silent is what the committee is counting on to nurture a love of Tobago's traditional culture. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Seeing the fishermen here on mornings is the norm in Charlotteville. Their presence is the very reason villagers don't have to buy fish in the market. And if you spot a fisherman on the horizon coming in and you're curious, then stick around to see him cut and clean the day's catch. So we've told you what can be done and what will happen on Carnival Monday and Tuesday. But what about those who aren't interested in mass? Time to look at some activities that are more relaxing and slow-paced. Omadara Mills has more.
Not your typical Carnival Monday and Tuesday, but it's what some people choose to do to get away from the mass and music which takes place in Scarborough or Roxborough. It's a sport and family day dubbed JMT, Jesus Monday and Tuesday, by members of the Victory Outreach Church. JMT has been going on for more than 15 years.
Some people just like to come on the beach for the 2 days, just sit down and relax. And a lot of people in their families, they would draw one another. Right? They would come, sit down, relax, take part. When we go out like this, is a different way to unite people. So a lot of the activities that we have, well, especially this year, they are more family oriented.
Now for those who want a bit more structure, there's camp, the ones designed for youths as a way of helping them strengthen their spiritual life. And an annual one is done by Calvary Road Deliverance Tabernacle for over 15 years. A camp that's seeing results.
Last year, there were 2 guys that came to camp, and their testimony was that they didn't understand that this Jesus thing, that's how they put it, this Jesus thing was like this, and they are believers for today. So they got saved in camp last year and they're still saved this year. That is definitely a benefit.
Besides fishing and hikes, campers can also enjoy chapel and educational sessions, activities which engage young people in positive behavior.
We're going to keep our youth away from the tendency or the temptation of sexual activity, away from revelry, away from alcohol, fights, all that sort of stuff.
Now for those who really want to get away and to do their own thing, there's always the beach, and bathers can feel safe since there are lifeguards there. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time to take another break, but coming up, the big winners for the Carnival season in Tobago.
Watch your back.
Blood alcohol concentration.
Get the facts. HIV/AIDS can happen just like that. Did you know that drug use is a major cause of new HIV infections? Did you know that drug and alcohol use can impair judgment and lead to risky sexual and aggressive behaviors? Watch your back.
Blood alcohol concentration.
Get the facts.
A message from the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Program. Telephone number 639-1512 or 639-2763.
This is Let's Talk Tobago and you're viewing our Carnival edition. Today we're at Charlotteville, home to Fort Campbellton, mud ovens, sawmills and cocoa houses. But right behind me stands a property rich with history. Buildings on this compound date back some 80 years, others more than a century. They're known as the Colson Chalet and are in their original form, from the 90-degree windows to the board frame of the house. And speaking of things past, in case you missed it, here are some highlights from the THA's Interdepartment Personality and Calypso competition.
The underworld Carnival ruler, who's here with me from my peaceful slumber? You, pay me my money, chop chop, pay me my money, chop.
That's Diana Kwashi, the winner of Interdepartment Personality 2015 from the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. Diana edged out 10 other competitors in the talent and carnival wear segments to take home the crown, the title of Miss Photogenic and the Best Carnival Wear. Coming in second position was Miss Tourism and Transportation, Arista Adams. She was also named as the contestant with the best talent piece. Third place went to the lone male in the contest, Andel Jerome from the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. But there was another feature of the event, the Calypso competition, and the winner in that category is...
And policewoman, their job is to keep peace right in this land, but some taking the law in their own hands by abusing poor civilians. Their job is to protect and serve, but not so. Them special reserve, some like to beat and to arrest, and the next day end up on the press.
The Division of Tourism and Transportation took second position.
When I'm watching cable, when I eating my lunch by the table. I love that.
And the Community Development and Culture third.
He say it's blood for the P&M. It's what I hear. It's what they say.
And before the event wrapped up, Patrice Roberts entertained the crowd with her 2015 Carnival hit.
I feel as if I'm in heaven, and I'm so happy. Nobody can change my mood. Nobody can change my mood.
I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
The Coulson Chalet were passed on to the Nicholson siblings from their parents. Pat and Pamela are well known in Tobago for their contribution to politics and education, but they're also famous for the preservation of these properties. But we're leaving it here for now to share some more carnival results with you. Speyside High School has been dethroned after winning the Tobago Junior Panorama title 4 years in a row. This year, 7 schools participated in the competition, and Signal Hill Secondary managed to snatch the title away.
They played Lord Nelson's Agouin Party tonight, and they sure had a reason to celebrate after they melodiously played the song on the steel pan for the Tobago Junior Panorama 2015 and won. Signal Hill Secondary amassed 267 points. They edged out Goodwood High School by 3 points. Placing third was Speyside High School with 263 points. And even though they did not place in the top 3, Plymouth Anglican School was the most outstanding primary school in the competition. They placed 4th with 229 points. This is part of the presentation that got them praise. These are young bands, but if the quality of their music is anything to go on, then Tobago's strong showing in the National Panorama competition is sure to continue. I'm Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Just behind the apartments is a natural treasure. The Nicholsons said they have kept this 17th century house because it was built by one of their forefathers. They call it the Family Museum. The sisters have won awards for the best small hotel in Tobago, and it's easy to see why. This property transports you back in time while you lounge right on the seafront. But let's cross over again to tell you about the annual THA Pan Champs. Davia Mills has the results of this year's winners in the single, medium and large band categories.
Thus, the Mighty Sparrows Dodo Yemi on the Pan is performed by NGC Steel Explosion, and their arrangement and execution got them first place in the large band category of the THA's Pan Champs. They topped Petrotrin Cats and Jammers, who came second with Barons Say Say. And the NLCB Buccaneers, who came third with Rainorama by Lord Kitchener. In the small band category, Tobago Panthers came third with their rendition of Caribbean Connection. While CNB Concordians placed second with Marsha Montano's Mr. Fett. But it was our boys who took home first place this year with A Feeling by Lead Pipe and Sadis. In the single band category, Metro Stars got the judges' attention and points with Showtime. I'm Davia Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have your say, the segment of our program where we hear from you, our viewers. On Monday and Tuesday, the streets of Scarborough, Roxborough and Crown Point will come alive with Juve and Mass. It will be the culmination of Carnival and the official goodbye to the season. So today we're asking, what are you doing for Carnival? This is what you said.
Yo, man, eat pilau, then you go to the river, take a river bath.
My plan is just to have fun. Have fun, going up to Roxborough, enjoy everything that it has to offer.
I'm going to be live in Trinidad.
Well, this carnival, I intend to relax. No sort of partying and, wasting time. Let's home, relax and enjoy the carnival on TV.
I'm staying home for Carnival because Carnival has lost its meaning and, gone are the days of good calypso. So I'm staying home.
For the Carnival, I plan to stay at home and take it easy, relax for the weekend because I've been working hard. All right. Well, I don't take part in Carnival. The family would be off to camp.
Not really, just to chill with friends, relax, breeze out and have a good time.
My plans for the Carnival is to go down Crown Point in the Juve and make the Kiddies Carnival in Roxborough.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Do remember you can send us your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program to information@tha.gov.tt, or you can even visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and enjoyable week. And as we go, we leave you with some final images of Charlotteville.